Shan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I have this idea for like a website of like clickbait bullshit, like kind of a queer reductress.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So here's some ideas. Ready? Is this boy at the queer party bi, or did he just cuff his jeans to queer bait me?
Ah!
I bought another plant the other week. Why am I still dead inside?
Oh my god, it's too real. Stop it. Stop it.
Too many of my friends are now also vegan, so I need a new reason to avoid social gatherings.
Why do I need a master's in gender studies to enter this gay bar?
You can be my co-author.
Thank you. I'm baited.
I guess I just don't really get why someone would go to university.
I went to university.
What, really?
Yeah.
Why?
How else would I fulfill my long-term goal of becoming a full-time millennial cliche?
But I mean, like, you work in the arts, so it's like, why go to university?
I mean, because of societal expectations, the gatekeeping stuff about university, and then, yeah, being able to get a full-time job so I could support myself while I'm doing my stuff. And, okay, frankly, I just love collecting lanyards.
I mean, I don't want to, like, burst your bubble, Shan, but you could get those lanyards elsewhere.
Yeah, I know. It's a real waste of 3 years.
I don't know, I mean, like, what? I worked in retail, and then I worked in McDonald's, and then I became a stripper, and that wasn't, like, a huge big thing for me.
I mean, like, do you think... Is that partly because there's less of a class system in Australia than in the UK? It seems. Because, like, in the UK, going to university is sort of like your passage into being middle class, which, unfortunately, is kind of in and of itself a way into working in arts and the creative industries.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's, like, no class system at all. I think it's more just, like, you either have money or you don't have money. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter, like, where your parents came from in that respect, and no one in my family went to university. You know, my mum didn't go to university, and she still got, like, a good job and, you know, managed to get an investment property from that income. And she was also really frugal, though, so it wasn't like, we weren't, like, really, really well off, but she was, like, very good at managing what we did have to kind of, like, save to get the big ticket items. You know what I mean? And then, like, sure, she had, like, a bit of a problem with her being a stripper at first, but then, like, once she needed to borrow money, suddenly that wasn't so much of a problem anymore. Like, the disapproval seems to dissipate when mum's all like, oh, do you have $1,000 I could borrow? The thing is, though, I would say that, like, here in the UK, I probably make half what I would make back home stripping, but I make double what I'd make back home, like, performing and doing my art, you know? But also, like, the customers here in the strip clubs are, like, really rude.
Really? Like, ruder than in Australia?
Definitely. I mean, to be fair, when I was working in Australia, I was working in these, like, high-class gentlemen's clubs. You know, it was this whole, like, bougie experience. It was very much about being able to charm the customer and be interesting and funny and intelligent and engaging, as much as it was about, like, the sexuality of it all. You know what I mean? Whereas here, it's a little bit like, what will you do and for how much, basically. And also, everyone thinks I'm really stupid.
I mean, it seems like the stigma around sex workers is a lot worse in the UK than it is in Australia. I mean, like I said, people don't get why, if you have a brain or a personality, or just things you need to finance, like why you'd be a sex worker, a stripper, rather than a receptionist or a personal assistant. You know?
Yeah. But I think that's the weird thing for me, because, like, in terms of sex work versus being a PA, it's like, if I was a PA, right, I would be doing a whole lot of unpaid work. Like, heaps of little unpaid jobs. Like, someone would text me in the morning and be like, can you pick up my dry cleaning on the way to work, right? And I'm not going to get paid for that extra 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, am I? No. But, like, as a stripper, especially in, like, just a club, I go in, I do my shift, I go home. You know, there's no, like, no one's texted me once I've left being like, hey, can you come back to the club and show me that pussy again?
I mean, to be fair, though, if I got paid for every time I've got my cunt out at work, I'd be living in, like, W1.
What, really?
No, of course not really. It's a joke, mate. Joke.
I don't know, Shan, okay? I haven't been in office in, like, ages. Maybe it's changed.
it is. You've got this whole group of people who are culturally middle class in terms of, I guess, their like background and expectations, but who are economically then not middle class. So they feel more in line with working class politics, and that's why you get Jeremy Corbyn, because you've got this whole load of people who feel like they've been economically shafted, but they still have access to a lot of other middle class privileges. It's like, okay, in Australia, right? If you have a full-time waged job, you can pay your rent and afford to buy food and maybe even have some money left over, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's like the point of having a job.
I mean, you'd think, right? Yeah. Whereas in the UK, a lot of people who are in full-time work and like waged for their labour still can't afford to live because the living wage is so low and living costs are so high. Like, it's totally fucked up. Food banks the new normal. Like, why?
Okay, this is probably going to sound, I don't know, quite ignorant and privileged, but I don't think I even really know what a food bank is.
I mean, let's be real. Don't expect your white, middle-class, Oxbridge-educated friend to understand what lack of privilege feels like. So, look, I don't care. I just want the wise wizard man to come and sort everything out.
Wise wizard man? Is that what you call Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah, you know what? I don't care whether it's Jeremy Corbyn or like Dumbledore or Gandalf, whoever. Just come and fix it. Fix it!
Ah, yes! Bring the men in to fix the things, because they'll fix it. They always fix everything, and they fix it so good.
So good.
Mwah!
So good.
Mwah!
Oh, so
Mwah!
good. Mwah.
Mwah! Mwah! Mwah!